January 1996. Okay, we do have some room on this tape. Okay, we went to Snowmass, right? Or Steamboat.
Steamboat. We went to Denver to Steamboat with Bill, Kim, Jamel, and Corey.
Yeah,
The
that
kids.
was Black Bill. Hips was his last name. He was my Monsanto rep. Yeah, we had a big time, and it was very nice. Took our family. Jason and Brad went.
Skiing and snowmobiling.
Yeah.
Dinner, Giovanni's.
Giovanni's. Yeah.
I guess.
And then over here,
dinner, Old Tavern.
Probably just a couple places in Steamboat. Yeah.
Looks like we were only there about 3 or 4 days, and I put a real adventure down.
Yep.
Okay. Then Brad went back to Knoxville to go to school.
Something about a gift you didn't like that Tom got or something, maybe.
Okay, over here, boat show on January 13th.
Dinner at Wolfie's. I don't remember Wolfie's. Yeah, it must have been something, steakhouse or something. I just can't. I remember the name. It rings a bell, but I just can't think of it really.
That's probably something. T4B Craig. I have no idea what that is. Brad was in school at Knoxville. I got that he wrecked his bike.
Yeah.
January 16th.
Yeah, I remember. Did he get hurt? I can't remember. Yeah.
Didn't
obviously not bad, but.
Okay.
John and Montgomery.
In mid-January.
January is when we had our annual meeting in sometimes it was in Fort Walton, but it says Montgomery.
Okay. Lunch at Barbed Wires.
We did a lot of dinners and lunches at Barbed Wires. And now the Black Eyed Pea, which is closed down, but we did several. I noticed in there in the 90s. Barbed Wire.
Okay, and then we went to dinner.
Jimmy Kelly's.
Jimmy Kelly's.
That would have been a TVA thing. You didn't write it in there, but it's got to be TVA. Yeah.
And you went to Paris Landing the next day.
Paris Landing in January. I just don't know why.
Okay.
That's the Tennessee River. That's a summer place to go, which I've been there in the summer with chemical guys.
Looks like we had dinner at Barbed Wires again. I don't even remember.
I remember the place. It had tin, like roofing tin on the walls. Mainly in the bathroom, maybe it was the bathroom, but it was decorated, just a restaurant that didn't make it.
Got F-14 plane crash.
I don't know why you would have wrote that in there.
I don't know. It must have been something that happened that...
in the news, and we don't know anybody flying F-14s, and I don't know why. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Ricky Van Shelton.
Reservations made for Ricky Van Shelton.
Okay.
I think it looks like Tom might have been acting kind of weird then, which is nothing unusual.
I've read this thing he went through this year a lot. He called and caused trouble and stuff.
Got a call from Faye. I wonder if that was Faye Deputy.
I think that's Tom's neighbor, I think.
Yeah, Faye Deputy. Yeah. Really don't know what happened to them. I'm sure they're dead by now. I guess he and Tom ended up in the hospital. He must have had a real episode around then.
I think he did, but he survived, obviously.
Got Brad and Kim home, so that must have been when he was
going with Kim.
Dating Kim, and it was Keith's birthday on the 9th of February.
My dad's birthday.
Dad's birthday's the 10th, yeah. Okay. John to Memphis.
Call from Val. Oh, one of your neighbors or something.
That was Tom's dad.
Okay.
You must have been in finally a quiet week, and John returned from Memphis on Valentine's Day.
Brad plane reservation. Then he went something about Dallas. Maybe he went to visit Billy or something. I don't know. Mom and Dad's eye surgery or
Eye
somebody's?
surgery on February 17th, Mom and Dad. John and I had a Red Lobster.
Yeah. What's that? Blake's. I don't know what that is.
Blackstones, it says.
Oh, that was one of the first breweries. You know, they do a lot of craft beer now, but I think that was one of the first ones. We thought it was really interesting. Pretty good.
Oh, I got down here February 19th. It was a good week.
Yeah.
Probably needed that at that point.
Yeah.
Jason's birthday on the 23rd.
Sense and Sensibility, some show or something.
You went to Safaris.
Safaris was in Rivergate at that time, and I think later in this calendar, Manly Gillum took us there several times. He was a rep for I forget which company.
Okay, Mike was down on March the 2nd.
Mm-hmm.
Mom had had eye surgery.
Okay.
Got a lot of little notes that are hard to figure out.
There's Knoxville for your seminar.
I went there for a seminar, Aspen. That was to do with recovery.
I think she went there twice, and I think I went there with her once or something.
We had dinner at the Stockyard.
Okay, this would have been in March, so I don't know whether we went with chemicals, probably.
Yeah, that is.
And Tom problems. Brad to Dallas on the 16th. So maybe he went to see Billy. I don't know. All right.
Came home. Brad came back home on March 23rd.
Okay. Went to Knoxville. So went back to school, I guess.
Okay.
I brought home a computer on March 29th, 1996. So I guess that was a big deal back in 96 to have a computer. I kind of remember bringing big bulky screen and thing, and later on I bought a computer a desk which had sections in it, and it was a press board thing. It was kind of, but I used it for a couple of years.
Got Joe Henry dead.
Joe Henry was a friend of ours, mine mainly, in Springfield, and he had helped. He was a real estate agent. His dad owned a realtor, and we had been friends for I guess this is 96, and since 89, so 7 years, and he killed himself. He was always a little strange. He was one of those, I guess what do you call them? Manic depressive. There was times he was, okay. But he went out in the backyard and shot himself with a shotgun. It was a real sad funeral I went to. Yeah.
Looks like in the month of April, you had brunch with Keith, Mike, and Jason.
Okay. Did it say where?
Not really. It was on Easter Sunday.
Okay, that's hard to say.
A bunch of crazy stuff going on with Tom again back then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Called Mom and Dad. Dinner. I don't know what. Home. Okay.
John's dad feeling bad.
Okay, my dad.
April 14th.
This is 96. Mom passed away in 94. This is April. So, he'd been here for over a year probably.
I don't know, a lot of stuff going on with.
This was a bad year for Tom.
Yeah.
He was just
cracking up.
I got on the phone with him one time, and we had a bad phone call. I hung up. He called back, made a recording that I never listened to. I deleted it. So Barbara upset. Who's Barbara?
Oh, it's somebody at
Some
work.
Some work thing.
That's when we worked for Columbia.
And
Oh, Brad got a C in algebra. Hallelujah in May.
I don't know
We
how.
just made a lot of trips over to Knoxville, looks like.
Yeah.
Um,
Mhm.
Arrangements. Jolene, remember that? Had dinner at the Masonic Temple. I'm not even sure who that was.
Mhm.
I was coloring my hair back then, I see. Betty Jane was here. This is the end of May. It looks like it was around probably Memorial Day, and she fixed breakfast and dinner.
Unless Steve was here, and maybe he was in '96. I don't remember.
I don't have any
He was
note
here
about it.
he was here for a year or two. But Betty Jane just doesn't come down much unless Steve's here or we invite her for something special. I'm surprised to see her in these calendars, to be honest with you.
John's dad eye surgery on May the 28th.
Yeah. Dinner, what's that, Cherokee Steakhouse?
Looks like it.
Brad home, Brad, okay. And that okay, here's where we went to Lake Tahoe.
Oh, good.
On June 13th.
All right, let's see what happened then.
Yeah.
Dinner on the tour at West Side Lake.
I remember that. We went out and we looked at, I think we were driving. I think we rented a car or something. And we went around that side of the lake. I think we saw a historical house. I don't remember whose it was. Probably Google it and find out.
Trip into Reno.
Went on the Tahoe Queen.
Yeah.
Don't forget that. Trip into Reno. That's where we were married. No, that's went into Reno. That's gambling. Then outside of Reno is the Calneva Lodge. Was that in a town or just?
It's just up in those mountains. I don't know that it was.
Just a hotel on the California
Lake Tahoe. On Lake
Nevada.
Overlooked Lake Tahoe.
Sinatra used to go there and stuff. That's where we got married. Shirley and I got married. I guess we went back to see the place.
Looks like we got on a motorboat. Went out in a motorboat.
I remember that. I don't quite remember the motorboat. A little bit.
I remember being out on
Do
the
you?
boat. Yeah.
Going out on the lake. We went out. That's a deep lake and a cold lake. I remember coming back and having lunch on the lakeside, but I don't remember the boat too much. I do, but I do remember it, I guess, but not.
We got here while we were there. We had dinner at the River Ranch, lamb and wine.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we came home the next day.
Okay.
Okay, still looks like let's see. Keith had, on June 18th, Keith eye surgery.
Okay.
And Brad went to Kings Island.
Yeah, that'd be darn. Okay. Don't remember that.
And,
There's barbed wires again.
boy, we must have liked that place.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It was a Shoney's before it was barbed wires. They moved to Shoney's to a different spot.
Barb and Steve. Who was that?
Barb and Steve.
Changes.
Steve is my brother, but Barb don't ring any bells, so it must be somebody else.
Maybe it was another one.
Yeah.
Okay, Tara, dinner with Manley at Calhoun's.
Okay, yeah, and what in the world is this? Boat ride, striptease, local loopies. Does that make any sense to you?
Not really.
Striptease. I don't get it. Local loopies is...
Looks like I needed to make a few more notes.
I read that a while ago.
Maybe we went to see, there was a movie called Striptease.
Oh, okay.
So maybe that was...
Maybe that was it, huh?
Yeah.
I sure don't remember.
Who was Manley?
Manley was a chemical rep, older guy. Is that barbed wires again?
No, it's a bad cold.
Oh, bad cold. All right.
Looks like we went Mike, Laura, Shannon here on the 4th of July.
Oh, that Laura brought her friend.
Oh, that was who Shannon was.
Yeah, some friend of hers, and we got videos of that trip.
And there was a movie called Independence Day, and John and I had dinner at Cheekwood.
Yeah, Cheekwood.
We seem to have gotten out a little bit more than we do.
I mean, we're full of moving around, that's for sure.
Okay, this is...
Somebody.
Okay, we became, I guess on July the 8th, I got part of the OR, so that's when our area, PACU, moved over and became part of the OR, and I got away from Barbara.
Oh, yeah, you had a nemesis. You didn't
started the politics, but anyway, we got taken over by somebody else. Yay for us.
I remember when Barbara was an issue, yeah. And then you became kind of a boss, like Barbara a little bit.
Yeah.
Haircut, fondue, meat melting pot. That was a restaurant downtown.
Yeah.
Had fondue. I remember going there some.
We got out and did some things. We had a drive to Loveless, Natchez Trace.
Oh, Loveless. Oh, that would be down south. That's at Loveless Cafeteria, where they're famous for their biscuits and stuff. Loveless Cafeteria down there near the Natchez Trace.
Oh, that restaurant.
Yeah, it's a restaurant.
I'll have to go back down there again.
Yeah, it may still be going. I'm not sure. That was semi-famous. Yeah.
Call to Faye. I don't know what that is.
Don't worry about that.
Okay. I still have a cold. I've had a cold a couple weeks there.
July.
Okay, there was a fire at Brad's apartment complex. Doesn't look like it was his, though.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. Insurance payer.
Brad went to the Lollapalooza.
What was that?
That's one of those big concerts, like they have out in the field and, crazy stuff.
Okay.
There's something about Fazoli. That was another restaurant back then.
Dr. Uri, doctor. I don't know. Is it that day or is it that day? Our wedding anniversary.
I don't know. Here,
we're gonna have to look. We're gonna have to look up our license. I think it's the 26th. She's got it down as the 28th. We always confuse that, and I may be the wrong one. I don't know. Gotta get the license out.
Oh, we went to Opryland and saw Ricky Van Shelton perform. Mom, Dad, and Matt down.
Okay, and Dana probably. I don't know why you didn't write Dana in.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they just brought that. Gatlinburg. We must have gone back over there. We went over there a lot when Brad was in school.
It was funny how many times we went. There's a pancake pantry.
Yeah, and here's Zoder's. What was Zoder's? I think that was some restaurant.
Must have been over Gatlinburg, probably. What's Stardust? That's
his started diet.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay, in August again. Here we go.
There's Betty Jane and Sandy coming down, which they came down a few times. I think I remember that one. Yeah. Okay. We're at 18 minutes. Yeah.
Worked all night in August. One night.
John went to. I took Dad to Indiana with Dad. It says, and I remember that trip. Dad and I were kind of reminiscing type trip where we drove to Indiana and went all around Mulberry and Colfax and stuff. Visited several of his friends. A guy in Lafayette, I can't remember his name, his old boss, Tom in Mulberry. That was a nice visit. And I'm sure there were 2, 3, 4 more people that we visited while we had a reminiscing trip to the farm area where I grew up.
Like it's a bad time for you and Jason there.
Oh yeah, this is about the start of some of my job problems. Jason got in trouble. Did a drug test, and they were real serious about even marijuana back then, and because of licenses and truck licenses and stuff, and a lot of people had surprise tests, and he got one, and Jason got fired because of it in '96. He'd worked there 3 years, and I was starting to have problems with my numbers, my profit numbers and stuff about that time. And I think there's more of it in as we go. But I was manager for about 8 years, and I had 4 or 5 good years and 2 or 3 not so good years. So it's just what it was.
Looks like I had a weekend of call, and this wasn't unusual. I had to go back to the hospital 3 times, and the next day once.
You worked a lot.
Mm-hmm. Dinner safaris.
Yeah.
We're into September.
Mm-hmm. Computer. John's birthday. Yeah.
Captain Days. Oh, we went to Florida.
Okay, so there we are back in just Shirley and I, our trip to Florida for 3 or 4 nights in a condo.
Captain Dave's.
Mm-hmm. And dinner Flamingo restaurant. I took her. That's a restaurant that I found is real kind of upper end in Destin, and the chemical guys took me there for the first time, and I wanted to take her, so I took her back.
I got jet ski down here. We must have gone out on a jet ski or something.
We probably rented a jet ski one trip.
Dinner at Fridays, and we came back home.
Mm-hmm. And breakfast at Mallard's. Jason was here. He may have went up to his mother's about this time and then came back for visits. Yeah. I went to Montgomery.
Your job troubles.
And Brad's calling his dad and having problems.
2 mom and dad's UT Florida game.
Okay, I went to a football game probably.
BJ at house.
And I kind of remember going over there when Brad was a student and going to a ball game. I don't know. We went with chemicals at least once, and maybe we went with Brad once. I don't remember going to a football game with Brad though.
Looks like I was at mom and dad's, and you went to Memphis. We traveled around a lot that weekend.
I was looking through here. I don't know why I went to Memphis and Montgomery and Destin, and for work. No wonder I couldn't make my numbers. I was never home. All right, Chattanooga. I don't know what all that is.
I don't know. This looks like this was something to do with work, because this was with Sheila and Mary and Heather and people. So I don't think that was.
Yeah.
That was probably for something to do with work.
One of those training things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can't get lunch at work. We were busy working, and I got a tough week at work. Can't get lunch. Okay, so now
I don't see much.
nothing there. Okay, we're into October.
Yeah, we're going to Memphis again. I remember a couple meetings in Memphis I had were real good. I remember going to Ruth Chris one time. That was really good. It's kind of a novelty. First time Ruth Chris was in New York with the tobacco chemical Frank, and second time was probably this Memphis trip. I don't know.
I got on Saturday that I gave flu shots. Sometimes the hospital would get us to come in and do things for the public and stuff, and I bet that's something about what that was.
I remember you doing that.
Dinner Laurel's, downtown Julie Brown at the Wild Horse.
Laurel's, Florida. Laurel's. Rings a bell, but I can't place it.
Okay, on into October. Mother and Dad came down on the 18th. Mom's birthday's the 19th. Looks like we took her to the Red Lobster and stayed at the Hampton Inn and ate breakfast at the Cracker Barrel.
So you went over to Knoxville, huh? Took them to Knoxville.
And it looks like it. I don't know. From Knoxville?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
UT versus Arkansas. Fixed lunch, dinner. Hang on, what else? Working late. I don't know what that is.
It's a movie. It's a movie. It's on TV. John dieting.
Been doing that for a long time.
Okay.
And Tom stuff.
To Knoxville.
I answered the phone when we were at Knoxville and talked to him. Yelled at him meanly. Yeah.
It was a busy year with Tom.
Yeah, it was.
Here's Donna and Jeff.
Kazizik. That was our Zeneca rep at the time. They're ICI now, or not even that. They're Syngenta now. So, but anyway, Jeff was real good to me as far as he was district manager, and he treated me like I was something special. They took us out a lot, did a lot of things with us.
To Mobile. Yeah, that was all down there. This is all a trip to Mobile. Bellingrath Gardens. That was a pretty place.
Well, now is this instead of Gulf Shores? Wasn't it? Isn't that when we took our family, our dad, and your mom and dad? Or was that a different trip?
I don't see any indication of that.
I don't either.
Bellingrath Gardens. Maybe it looks like we went with them, but the.
Oh, they did take us down there one time.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. There was a group of people from Kentucky and Tennessee that went to Mobile, and we stayed at someplace. Yeah.
It's like we saw the Blue Angels.
Okay. Yeah. All right. John Montgomery again.
In November.
Yeah.
Okay, they did not come. It says not here. Add the food. John fussing regarding too much his family.
Yeah.
Maybe we were. It looks like we were awfully tied up with a lot of people back then.
Yeah.
Busy time. John to Florida on November 18th.
Mm-hmm. Back from
after
Montgomery.
Thanksgiving, Sandy and Betty Jane here.
Yeah. Surprising to me.
Okay.
Of course, Dad was down here then, and so that was a reason Betty Jane came down a fair amount. That's right. Okay, that's the reason.
Okay. Thanksgiving. We had dinner at Penangelo's. Don't know what that was. Good day. Sandwiches at home that evening. Then Brad went back to Knoxville. Now we're into December.
Dana's birthday.
We went to the Maxwell House in Mere
Mere
Bulls.
Yeah, which was a popular place. I think we went twice, maybe, with the chemical guys.
Well, I've got Luby's down here. What was that? Don't remember. Seems like a cafeteria or something.
Yeah, it was a cafeteria. Yeah, it was over at Rivergate, maybe. Yeah, okay. It's good at the time. Of course, I like food, so. Here's General Jackson.
On December 13th. This must have been holiday stuff.
So we did that a couple times, at least. Go out and take a riverboat ride on the General Jackson.
Looks like Brad came home from college on the 16th, and Billy was here.
Oh, okay.
Jason came in the 21st, and
For
Billy
Christmas.
went back to Dallas on the 22nd.
Jason was living with his mom at this time, I think. Getting ready to, or going back to college at Vincennes, where he got that technical degree.
On that year, on Christmas Eve, Betty Jane and Mike were here for dinner.
That's because my dad, especially, was
Okay, and this is when you went to Florida.
Okay, so
John, Keith, and Mike.
it just says us three. I kind of remember renting a van. I just don't know why we didn't take one of the chemical cars, I guess, or something. But anyway, we drove all the way down there and saw my Aunt Betty. That's Dad's sister. That was a few years before she passed and he passed. Yeah.
Then on the 27th, it looks like my mom and dad and Matt came in here. Oops. Dana, Angie, Chris, Jesse, and Andrea. Just had a big group that year.
I do remember when all those kids came here once. Yeah.
I went to the country buffet.
That would have been a full house.
And we took the whole group to the Opryland Hotel on the 28th. And looks like everybody left on the 29th.
Yeah. Mhm.
I don't know if for some reason, I wonder if you were gone then.
That don't make sense, does it? Too much.
Well, you were in Florida.
Oh,
Okay, so I did all those things while he was in Florida.
Oh, that's interesting.
My family came in, and then he came home after that, so he wasn't here for that big Christmas to do.
Oh, no wonder I remember it so well.
You were glad you missed that one.
Yeah. All right.
New Year's Day, Minosa.
Oh, all right, we're done. Really?
Yep, that's it.
Yep, well, this goes on to 1997. Yep, right. Yep, all right. So we're done. All right, thanks.